We had to get Gage through the. We had to get Gage through the outside. There was a lot of people
somebody brought him.
asking for his autograph outside. We couldn't get him through. You want to turn the lights up?
I think people are filming the walls up.
Absolutely. Yeah, and besides that, well, didn't you have sponsors pay for that? Because I talked to Ms. Boone, she said, I thought contributed that a little bit.
Yeah, she did. Now we got a few more cars than what it was. But
How's that?
Excess for it, because they can come
That's
on.
good.
Yeah, of course.
I can see the shine on Alan's head.
This is, Boone should have been real happy Saturday night.
She was. I mean, obviously she was hoping for
Yeah,
quality.
it's live.
late
There are a lot
models.
of people.
You know, I don't know them,
And nobody can find
but
it.
everybody, all the
It's
racers
live right now.
speak very highly of
The Boone
Yeah.
family. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, nice people.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
them. I knew
You
Junior
won't
as
find any
far he
better
was
people.
tech man back in the day,
And,
but
he
man,
and her daughter.
everybody, I never heard one driver say anything negative about the race they put on.
They can't.
The track wasn't
Ain't,
as bad
it
as
ain't like the
It
Sagi
wasn't
race.
too bad. Yeah, that's right.
It slicked up like a lot, like really quick in hot laps.
Mhm.
It looked like it slowed down real fast.
It did, but it was still racy. There was a nice, bottom groove in 3 and 4, and you could run it outside too.
No doubt, yeah, because
I
Drake.
mean, like Drake ran up top, but there was still no pass.
No,
Yeah.
It's a shame.
yeah. It's so hard to pass there.
What'd you think of that deal in the dash with the jumping?
Jonathan just wasn't taking off.
No, he wasn't going.
No, he
I
didn't
think
want
they
to take
bounced the
off.
wrong guy.
Yeah. It almost looked like to me Jonathan didn't want to burn his tires up. Like he probably knew he wasn't
Gonna
going to
beat anyway.
So he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna let him go, and I'm just pretty much just gonna pull in. I'm
Just gonna ride 2 laps. Yeah.
and then they ended up throwing the boy out of it.
He
Unfortunately,
was not at.
The first time did he jump? I think the first time.
He went borderline. He might have went early, but if he did, just a smidgen. It wasn't that bad. But okay, you could call that. Second one, Jonathan just didn't go at all. Jonathan didn't go over time.
I didn't like.
His heart
I
rate
didn't
Drake,
like the break.
like that bottom 3 and 4 was like, it was actually pretty good because Drake was like right there with Kyle.
Yeah, that was a good race between those two. That was good.
so you would have thought Drake having that bottom lane, he would have been able to.
Well, Birdie's
House tough.
pretty good anywhere,
He
but
got
he's
it.
real good at
Yeah.
Winchester.
Yeah.
A lot of times he was laying down. I was like,
If they bring a Lucas Oil race into Winchester, they have a hard time beating him, I believe.
I think you're
that
right.
thing is just hooked up.
Next
I'm
year, I
telling
think they're having like a Lucas Oil Outlaw race.
They're trying to get the
you.
head
I like
of
to,
the
I like to see that.
The car's good, but the driver's exceptional.
Oh yeah.
He
That
is
place.
really, really good with momentum racing that place.
He's really good at Hagerstown,
He's
too.
pretty good anywhere, but he's exceptional down there.
I mean, Satterley outran, but I mean, he tried to stay right there with him. I mean,
Kept him
Satterley's
honest.
had a really good car.
Yeah, Saturday's always good at
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that's kind of they're kind of the tit for tat. Greg is that way at Hagerstown, and
Yeah.
Kyle's that way at Winchester.
Yeah, you're right.
Rob Allen's got a good setup for Hagerstown.
I'd love to see
Certainly
Greg
does.
come to Winchester and see if
Well,
he could.
we
yeah.
tried to get him to come down.
Yeah.
This is doing over that though.
All right. Is anybody over there? I can't even see that.
John Belungi says, hello, gang.
Hey, John.
They must be able to see us.
So this
But
thing
you
is
look
tightened
at
up.
him and it's live.
No.
I'm glad I didn't say anything
I
bad.
think it's enough bad on him.
No.
That's right.
We should really give him some warning. Just like, alright,
That boy listens,
Yeah, he's doing.
pays
we're
attention.
talking the whole time.
Pay attention in school that good?
Yeah.
I think you're an honest kid. I didn't either. Probably should.
He's there for social hour.
Yeah.
142. We don't want to call for Mrs. Robinson by Simon and Garfunkel.
No.
We're a little late tonight, but we're blaming on Gage.
Yeah.
He had to sign a bunch of autographs getting in here. We couldn't get him in the studio. He rode his Jonathan Davenport bike all the way up here.
Took me a couple hours.
Yeah.
He's you're going home and down
Gilbert
here.
hasn't gotten it to me yet. He left before I
He
before
gets
I came
up
down.
early.
Yeah. So he was really tired too.
I didn't know you had a twin brother. I talked to that guy about 3 minutes till I found out.
You thought it was me?
That was you.
No way.
I did.
Oh gosh, we don't look that much alike.
Enough that when I was so busy.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
And the sun was coming at my face,
Yeah.
and he was sitting there.
Yeah.
Then they told me the two women, they laughed.
That was the first time my mom's been to the
I was
races.
gonna say, I think
probably
one was your mom.
in many years.
Yeah.
Her health hasn't been the best.
Said she'd come to hear Gage.
Yep,
Yeah.
she did. She had a ball.
Good.
When she got out there for the hot lap started, she just took a big deep breath. She goes, "I love the smell of that."
She missed that.
She does. She misses it.
Yeah.
She was a garage rat as a kid, so
Is that right?
yeah. And our race shop was at her house, so
Really?
she was always out in the garage with us.
Did her family have cars?
They didn't have cars. No,
Okay.
they had a business, a lime spreading business
Okay.
for farms.
Gotcha.
Lime spreading? They're spreading limes?
Spread lime.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the On Track with Mike show. I know it's been a while. I appreciate everybody bearing with me. We got a lot going on here tonight. We're late. We're late again tonight. We're going to blame that on Gage. He had a bunch of paparazzi out here outside the studio asking for his autograph and everything, and it took us extra time to get him in here. So we'll blame that on him. I think it's 3 against 1, so we can gang up on him. But show brought to you by TA Word Construction and WRGG 93.7 FM. Been so long since I said that, Shirley, I almost forgot. Let me do my mics up here. We got a special guest we didn't even schedule for, but I'm glad he's here. And I twisted his arm and got him to come on. Well, we have Brad Ritter here in the studio, and we're going to get some talking out of him. How you doing, Brad?
Doing good. Thanks
Gage.
for having me, and especially thanks for having Gage back.
Oh, yeah. Popular demand. Everybody wanted Gage back. And how's Dr. Dirt Alan Sagi doing?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. And the man of the hour, how's Gage doing, Mr. Announcer?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, but man, I'll tell you what, you really impressed me on the thing there. I watched it on the PA Posse thing, and I got to give them boys a shout out. They did a very good job, and
I heard that from everyone. Everyone said the broadcast was very well done, professionally done.
They did a very good job.
And Gage was a star of the show.
He was. I mean, Buddy took him under his wing. Buddy's, one of the best, if not the best in the area. I don't know too many announcers, so I mean, when I say that, it's not very impressive. Now, Alan Sagi says that it's impressive.
Buddy's definitely one of the best.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing is that when you're sitting in the stands, it's really hard to hear when they're racing, but when you listen to the broadcast back on the YouTube,
It's more clear.
it's so clear.
It is, yeah.
And then you can really appreciate how good Buddy is.
He is.
He's phenomenal.
His voice is just so smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I feel bad when I deal with my family issue I had here last couple weeks with my mom. I had to cancel a bunch of shows, and Buddy was one of them. And he had it planned out to where he was going to be in town for that Tuesday for the PA Speed Weeks. And, I mean, I felt bad. I had 3 or 4 shows booked I had to cancel. And I know it's just life. I know that, nothing I can control, but I was really looking forward to having Buddy in the studio. I wanted to just kind of talk to him and ask him about, how he come up in the world of what he does. And I mean, it's just he's very impressive.
Yeah.
And I mean, he made Gage feel welcome, and I wanted him to be on here to talk to Gage and everything, because I mean, it was amazing how them two started working. After about warm-ups, them two started working, and I mean, they really just, like, they had it down to almost like the guys like on Dirt Vision or something do, where the one guy announces one row and then the other guy announces the other row.
They get in a rhythm.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
established that a little bit before, right before qualifying. Before it even started, we were like, I told him, go ahead and do hot laps. I still got to soak it all in.
I did feel bad for Gage though. I feel bad for him. I had the live timing, going on the screen, on the screen, and like he get to like Justin Weaver's car, number 46.
Yep.
Well, he didn't know if they was going by 46 or they was going by 2J.
2J, yeah.
So
See
he'd
a
be
little
like,
curve there.
so
Didn't it?
he'd be like, "There's the 46 car of I don't know if it's 46." And then when they got to the Stuhler car that had the 44 on one side,
That would
and
really
the
confuse you, didn't it?
he says, "I don't know which one they're going by."
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it said 90 on my race pass, but I didn't really know what they wanted to go by. Like, just
I had to look at my race pass to see what they was actually signed in as, because like Levi Crowell is usually like
here's 90.
C2, and
Right.
he was under 90, I think.
90, yeah.
And when they put the body on, you're not sure if they're going to go by the transponder,
Transponder number or the
whether
body
they'll
of the
go-
night.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like laughing because I was like, man, Gage is like, I don't know what number they're going by.
I got a lot of compliments about the PA Posse TV broadcast on how professional it was, sound quality, picture quality, and mostly about Gage. People were really impressed with him. My wife stayed home and watched the race. She wasn't able to make it.
He's not arrogant.
And he was her hero. He was
I'm impressed.
the star of the show for her. And she really liked it when you said Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh,
I'm telling you, I mean,
Now, we know where you get that from James Essing.
Well,
She
no
didn't
doubt.
know. She
No
thought
doubt.
that was your original, and I just left her think that.
I think he even used Morales, the Hoosier to Hoosier. Did you?
oh yeah,
did you
that
do
was
that
from
too?
that was from
Yeah.
Ruben, that World of Outlaws guy.
I think he did
I
that
wanted to
too.
say that
I think.
all
He
night.
did. I heard that one.
I
too.
wanted to say that one all night. That was like really exciting for me. I love that line.
But I
Say it
lear-
for our listeners.
I learned on the show
no,
that
just go watch it on the PA Posse YouTube.
No, go ahead and say it for our listeners. They might not have watched it.
Well, you can still watch it, but okay. They're Hoosier to Hoosier down the back straight away.
We might have threw you a curve there, too, because we had some cars running American Racer tires.
you didn't
That
look at
would've
that,
been
did you?
Oh no,
That
they
was
don't tell you that stuff.
false advertisement.
That's okay. That's still a good
No,
line.
I'm telling you, man, it was. I was impressed by you last time he was on the show. As quick-witted as he is, and I mean as comfortable as he is behind the mic, it's like it's amazing to have a kid his age that knows what he knows, and I mean, half that stuff he talked about with the drivers, he didn't have to look at the paperwork. He knew that, pretty impressive.
It was funny, we got there pretty early, and the time that it gives that the track opens the gates to the time we're running hot laps, and then he had some obligations over on the grandstand side with Gilbert, so he's like, Dad, I need to go in the pits here and take some notes. I'm like, did you bring a notebook? And he's like, no, I got my phone though. I'll take notes from my
There you
phone.
go.
So
You put them in the phone.
I didn't really
he
even
started
look at
walking
it.
around, and what he was spending like a lot of time with each car trying to jot down more than one or two sponsors. And I'm like, son, you're gonna have to move a little faster than this because you're not gonna get done. And
Here's what I put in.
Look at that.
Yeah, so
No,
he tried to
didn't
prepare
even use
himself.
it.
Nice and
He
neat.
really did.
How many announcers
It was
do
not-
that?
Yeah.
James
I mean-
Essex definitely does it. He
I know, but how many does it? And then you just being as young as you are, I mean, that's amazing. You go down in the pits and get all that information.
He just didn't want to. I think he just wanted to be prepared as best
Yeah.
he could.
That's
Good
part
job.
of doing a good job. That's what my father used to do. He used
I mean,
to
half
carry
the-
a,
half
go with
the
him and go do that.
half
I had
the
a
half the
couple
drivers
clients here.
don't know who their sponsors are. You ever see them get out of the car?
Yeah, that's
Who's on the
true.
other side?
That's true. Getting to some of the comments here, it's Ed Neingert is checking in.
Hey Ed,
Andrea Welsh Ritter says here.
he's waving.
Debbie Riggle Sagi says we can see and hear you.
Good.
Glenn Grimm says, wait a minute, it done jumped on me. Says hi guys. Melissa Schatzer says hello Gage.
Hi, Melissa.
And Glenn Grimm says, Gage, you did a good job at the Speedway.
Hey, won't you?
Thank you.
I know this is a little hindsight, but won't you take mic one, and we'll just give everybody a mic, and we'll take that mic, and we'll just have all of them going. Wouldn't that work?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Gage, make sure it's working, Gage. Yep, you're on.
Okay.
Okay, Shirley, anything else?
Jody Reunion says, go Gage, go.
I'm telling you.
Is that Jody Ruffner?
Michaela Brill says, go Gage. Vanessa Ritter, yay, Brad and Gage.
Hi, Grandma.
Mark Huffman Buddy Long better watch out. He may be out of a job.
Well, I hope that Buddy Long and I hope Gilbert watch this because they played a big role in bringing Gage out for the masses to see and to hear, and hopefully we can get him on the mic a little more because I really think it's awesome. Anything else?
I think I'm all caught up. I can check here. Maybe not. Terry Boone Payne says, hi, Gage.
Oh, hi, Terry.
That's part of that Boone family we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the notes down here for the Junior Boone Memorial Race. We're going to try to go over here if we don't run out of time. We got a lot to talk about here, so I guess I better get going. You want to give a shout out there to
The sponsors?
T.A. Ward?
Okay. Our sponsor of the show is T.A. Ward Construction. It's Todd Ward. He's with over 40 years of experience. He's a local veteran, fully insured. For all your home improvement needs, call Todd Ward at 717-331-4974. And as always, there's 3 ways to watch or listen to the On Track with Mike. You can go to the Facebook page for On Track with Mike. You can listen through WRGG 93.7, or you can log on to the WRGG.org, listen live.
Look at that one. That's my second son.
Yeah, Dylan Pryor says Mike running behind. No.
He just better be glad I didn't make him empty his trailer so I could borrow it over the weekend.
Thank you, Mark Huffman.
So before we get into the Sagi deal, I think we ought to talk to Bradley here a little bit. I mean, he's been out of the limelight now for how many years?
I have no idea. I really don't.
10?
Just about 10.
It's been longer than that, hasn't
Well,
it?
that's about to end, apparently.
I'm going to say it's probably 10.
Definitely 10. You said you
yeah.
stopped in 2014, what?
No, it was, I think 15 or 16.
It was not 16.
Do you miss it?
I remembered.
I mean, I definitely miss driving. You know, that was always fun. I like to compete.
That's the easy part.
Yeah, but I didn't miss the. I don't miss the work, and honestly, I don't even see how I even had time to even do what we did. So, but as you get older, other things become more important. So, but I wouldn't even consider ever doing it again. I don't miss it that much. But that little one over there just keeps pushing. So I might hop in one here soon.
I mean, Alan can probably attest to this. Like, unfortunately, you can't just get back in to have fun. Like you got to give it 110%.
Got to have your head in it.
And like me, I would love to drive again, but I don't want to. I'm like you. I don't want to go through the work. I don't want to put all that. I don't have that drive anymore to be, 110% at, that's my daily task. Work on the car, make sure everything's ready, make sure I'm ready to drive, make sure my suit's clean. I mean, it was fun, but it's like I just can't get myself back into that mode. Are you that way, Alan? I mean, would you like to get behind the wheel sometime, or are you just totally?
Oh, I had to talk myself out of it a couple times. Had a couple opportunities, and I kept reminding myself, you won the next to last time you raced. You could probably only ruin that. So I just kind of talked myself out of it, and it gets a little easier as time goes by. You get a little further away from it.
Yeah, you don't want to let them talk. That's what happened to me. I let them talk me into it, and then it was my last time was horrible. So now I got that to live with, but because I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be in the car. I didn't want to be,
Yeah.
And I did it for other people, and
It's a trap. I had a guy ask me to drive a sprint car years ago, and I come close to doing it. I was going to give it a try. And I thought, one of two things can happen. I do okay, and I like it. I want to do it again. Or I do real bad, and I got to do it again to redeem myself. Either way, you're in a trap. And that's kind of how
right.
it is when
You're right.
you
You're
get
exactly
out.
right.
Yeah.
But then,
Andrea Welsh Ritter says 10.5.
Oh, okay.
She's counting.
she's keeping track.
Yeah, she's counting.
She knows last
Is that
time
Mom?
you was in the garage for hours and
And
hours.
Oh, no, I
her,
still do that.
With her saying that, you might as well just go ahead and start saving the money up, because There's no sense in you getting back in the car because as soon as you get in, he's going to be big enough that he can get in the car and you're going to be back out.
What's he going to do? Announce and drive at the same time?
Might be the first guy that did that.
I'm gonna have a microphone in my helmet. I don't know who's behind me. I'm gonna have like papers hung up on the right side of me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy's in
You'd be
front
like the
of me.
Darrell Walter.
Yeah.
I have like.
Do you want to drive?
Yeah.
Do you?
Do you? Man, I'll tell you what, that's
I'm gonna be honest. Announcing's like my second job. If
a
racing,
lot less stress than announcing booth.
I don't think it's easy either, but it's probably a little safer.
It's certainly a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Unless you have
Especially for
somebody,
Dad, right?
unless you have somebody waiting for you in the parking lot because you said their name wrong or something.
Yeah.
So, Brad, you started out in street stocks?
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember that.
1998.
You was a Ford guy, wasn't you?
Yeah.
That was even a tough road to hoe.
Yeah, Brand X. Yeah.
That was a tough road to hoe.
that
Yeah.
car, that's
We-
car's still racing a little bit.
Not the first one, but yeah, I mean, we all, the Ford guys, we all ran, unibody cars. Most of us back then, so we ran the Ford Fairmonts and the Thunderbirds,
Yeah.
which now, you can't even get your hands on them things now. They're so, they either got crushed back in the, what was it, the clunkers, cash for
Cash for
clunkers.
clunkers, yeah. They all went away.
Yeah, all them things got smashed
Yeah.
up, and then you couldn't really get any parts, and the front ends on them weren't the best because they were strut front ends, so you couldn't really do a whole lot of geometry work up on the fronts. So, but yeah, you're kind of behind the eight ball a lot of times.
Well, they
with
run
the
now
Fords.
LTDs.
LTDs and Crown Vics. The older Crown Vics, like early 2000s, they got steering boxes on them. The car that I helped my buddy Brandon build, it was a rack and pinion car, so it's full frame with a rack and pinion. So
I think the Assumption boy used to run a Thunderbird down there and won quite a few races.
yeah, that's what I had too.
Yeah.
In street stocks.
Yeah.
We ended up going from the
he did real
Fairmont.
well.
Yeah.
It's hard though, like that. I mean, when I ran the four-cylinder, Donnie Miller, I drove for Donnie. Donnie was a Ford guy, but he was a Chrysler guy,
Yeah.
and he said, and everybody has a Mustang,
Yeah.
so he wanted to build a Dodge Challenger, and that year Dodge Challenger was imported by Mitsubishi, and I want to tell you something. You couldn't find nothing. Like he'd have 8 cars down in his pit, like for junk, like for cars, and I mean, after a little bit, like everything was gone, and like everything you found was rusted because everything rusted out like a Toyota,
Yeah.
And then there wasn't hardly no. I mean, like you had to make everything, and I'm just like, man, them Ford guys are just.
Life was a little easier.
Yeah, yeah. And so then I finally got a Ford, and it was like, man, this is great. I could just open up, the laptop and order what I need. And
That Dodge you have is a nice little car, though. That was a neat looking thing.
they all ran really good for what they. I mean, the people that don't know what was in the engines, like they was basically stock
Yeah.
with a camshaft and a Holly 2-barrel on them, and it's like it's amazing how good they run for. Like they just don't look like they would run that good.
Yeah.
There was another Dodge that run down there, the 55 or something.
Well, that
back
was
in the
a
day?
Colt.
Oh, okay.
That Hahn owned that 55H that Billy Sonner drove some. That
Oh,
was a
yeah,
Colt.
that car
I think he
went real
still
good.
got it.
And I think if you go back a few years before that, Doc Trineri had a Dodge.
That's what I was thinking of.
He
Trineri.
won a bunch of races.
Yeah, that's the
with
one
a
I was
Dodge.
thinking of. Wasn't that a 55?
The number on the car?
Yeah.
I think it was 73. wasn't
Oh, it might have been 73.
Yeah, I think he was one of the first ones.
it? Yeah.
And then that Kearns boy built a Challenger. That was around the time of Bucky Tomlin and all them guys.
Yep.
And then Darrell was running Mustangs, and I was helping him. And then Donnie come in and said, I want to build a 4-cylinder, but I don't, even though he's a Ford guy, he's a Dodge guy, but he ran,
Right.
like the semi-lates that Will
'Cause he
ran
had
was
Dodges
Fords.
back in the early 70s.
Yeah,
In the hair
yeah.
division. Yeah.
And he did too. And I mean, tell you what, I got to give it to that man. That man would give you whatever you needed, but he wasn't going to buy all the bells and whistles. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Will won a lot of races. Darrell won a lot of races. I didn't win a whole bunch, but I did okay.
You won?
And I mean, Donnie would make sure you had everything you needed, but it wasn't like, you see the guys pull through tech line with brand new this, brand new that, brand new. I mean, like Donnie just be like, we'll get her done with what we got.
Yeah.
And he did. but that's the way they were. And I don't know the guy's name. We could call him the old Ford guy. You probably know who I'm talking about. The old Ford guy used to walk around down there at Winchester in the pits.
Paul, wasn't it?
I don't know, but he hated us. He hated us. And then soon as
So you got a Ford.
soon as we, well, no, actually, he found out that Donnie, I don't know how he knew Donnie. He found out Donnie owned the car. Oh, he was over every week talking to Donnie. He loved us then. I said, why does that old man not like us? Like, well, I don't even know who he is.
He was just an ornery old guy.
Yeah, and then
He was funny.
after that, he was the nicest guy you ever wanted to meet. He'd come up and talk to you, and hey guys, good job, or shuffle away. But everybody called him the old Ford guy. I don't know who he was.
Yeah, Timmons one time, he'd carry on all the time. Timmons told him one time, and they had a driver's meeting. He'd always come to the driver's meeting. He'd start talking. He'd try to interrupt stuff,
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, oh yeah, and Timmons told him one time. He said, "If you can just be quiet through this whole driver's meeting, I'll give you a free pit pass for the year." He run his mouth and he run off.
That wasn't
It
that
was
wasn't
fun.
the Timmons drivers meetings I remember. Me and Walter Nichols was talking about that a year ago. He said all these young drivers has got attitudes and want to run into everybody. He says they need to go to an old Doug Timmons drivers meeting.
Yep.
I don't care how old you was. Doug had you scared to death whenever you left the drivers meeting.
Yep.
He'd say, you bunch of dumb blankety blank blank blank. And I talked to him a couple years ago. I said, Doug, I said, here at Hagerstown, I said, people don't want to listen. I said, you need to have a old-fashioned Doug Timmons drivers meeting up the scales. He goes, man, they'd lock me up nowadays for acting like that.
Yeah, he would get right. That's
But
for sure.
but people listened to him.
Mhm.
People listened.
Well, because back then, you wanted to go race.
Yeah.
And nowadays, there's not many people that want to go race.
No.
We got a lot fewer cars.
I see the name. I hate to even. Don't even read that comment.
I'm going to.
I see the name. I can't read the comment, but I see the name.
Travis Trussell?
No, not that.
Johnson.
Chucky Johnson.
figured
Chucky
one or the
Johnson
other.
says, a few good men and Mike.
Hey, ladies first.
Hey, if Chucky didn't like you, he wouldn't pick on you.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah, Chucky, he slid in there and got the 8th place finish
Yeah,
last
and
week.
I
got the big check.
I don't know how he did that because I told Gilbert like a couple days before that. I said, you do realize everybody's going to be fighting for 8th place.
Yeah.
And then Chucky finished 8th, and I didn't even realize it until somebody said, maybe it was him, said somebody, I got to cash that big check. And I was like, that's right, 8th place. I was like, that sucker guy. I bet he had to fight people off.
Yeah.
They said he drove his butt off for 8th place.
Yeah, JT was trying to get that 8th place. He was in like 6th, and he's like fell back. Like he slowed down on the front stretch on the checker just so he can try and get.
I
that
wasn't
8th
going to
place.
say that.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, but he did.
Maybe he had a little throttle malfunction.
Yeah,
What do
maybe
you think?
maybe
Something
the ignition
broke.
shut off.
Yeah.
Something broke.
Yeah.
But I mean, with that bonus,
Yeah.
along with what the spot paid,
Yeah.
it probably paid more than 3rd place.
Oh, absolutely.
with
Most likely.
combined.
I don't.
Yeah.
Usually they don't tell you though, do they?
Usually not. But
Usually
that,
not, but that one they did.
That one was announced ahead of time.
I think Gilbert has sponsored that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
but
That was neat.
Good for Chucky too.
Yeah, good for him.
it was good. Very good race down there. I have heard nothing but positive things about the Boone family. You talk to any driver on the internet or anybody that runs a Boone race a Junior Boone Memorial race, they none of them have any complaints. They're amazing people that put an amazing race on, and unfortunately in this world we're starting to lose them families, and it's a shame because the racers really look forward to races like this where there's a little bit of extra money on the line, and
Little prestige,
yeah,
Chucky Johnson says $1,525 total.
wow,
Good for him.
Amy
That's
Boone
more- that's
says
more than
Chucky
if you win at
also got
Hagerstown.
hard charger.
Wow, I didn't realize he got that too.
Yeah.
Well, he did have a heck of a night. Yeah, the Boone family has done a lot for racing. Great people. And
doubt.
Amy and her daughter Terry, just the nicest people you ever want to meet. And Junior would be proud of what they've done with that race.
Let's see.
Well, he was
here.
kind of a first class guy,
He was.
and they definitely carry that
Yeah.
forward with that race.
I agree.
They try to they try to make it, in honor of him, obviously, but they try to make it first class.
Yep.
And they do a good job with it.
Yeah, they had 22 super late models. Fast time was Drake Troutman and his new
Jerry Foster.
Jerry Foster ride. See, man, that boy, he's on. I'm thinking the names, and he's just right there. 16.538 was fast time. Heats was won by Roy Deese Jr. How about that for the Frank Sagi tribute honoree?
Good to see the 05 out front again.
And Craig Perrell, how about that one?
Yeah.
And Wesley Bonebreak.
Yep.
Then the climb to the pole winner was Cal Hardy. The feature results was Cal Hardy, Drake Troutman, and Devin Brannon with another strong run there with the supers. And then they had the 305 sprints, had 17 of them, and
Cole DeWeese.
yeah, he's on a hot streak right now.
Yeah.
That was his first feature win at the Winchester Speedway. Dylan Schechter was second, another good guy.
Yep.
And Matt Mullins was third. 20 pure stocks. They had fast time was in groups. The fast time group winners were Dylan Rutherford, Alan Brannon, and Dwayne Snyder. And the heats was won by Dylan Rutherford, Alan Brannon, and Walter Crouch. And the feature, Alan Brannon picked up his 4th win of the year, with Walter Crouch second and Tony Johnson in third. And then the hobby stocks for the Junior Boone Memorial was 22 of them. And the fast time group winners were Chris Sumption, Justin Hoddle, and Jason Wilkins. The heats were won by Chris Sumption, Justin Hoddle, and Jason Wilkins. And the feature was Jason Wilkins, Randy Lindenberg, and Chris Sumption. And I think that was Jason's 10th win of the year, I think.
He's won every one.
I think he's won every one so
Yeah,
far.
right. Undefeated.
Yeah.
Every
I know he
one.
won a lot. I didn't know he hadn't been beat.
Yeah, I think I said it was the 10th one, so.
Well, you know what? I think Chris won one earlier in the year, but Jason
That's
wasn't
right.
there.
He wasn't there, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every race he's been there, he's won.
Wow.
That was Cal Hardy's 10th win at Winchester of the year, and his 3rd straight late model win. And I don't know how many he is in for the
I
season.
guess he's won in 4 different classes down there this year, too.
He won the street stock the
Yeah.
other week.
Yeah. I guess Jason Wilkins did get beat that night.
No.
Well, that was
That's one class. That's right.
Yeah, he runs
That's
a
right.
well
Yeah.
hobby stocks they call them.
I'll
But
have to get Kyle to jump in one of them one night. Give Jason a run for the money.
Yeah.
and then we're go down to the Sagi trip, not down, but to the Sagi tribute race. Now, Alan, I bet you never had no idea that he was gonna have a turnout like you did
Of the cars.
on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I was thinking Saturday, but it was Sunday. You had to postpone
Yeah,
it
we
a
got
day.
we got rained on.
And that was a good deal. That was a good deal. You all did the right thing.
Yeah, there was no way we could have ran on
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Those people that tried, but a lot of them failed. But 33 super late models and 38 late model sportsmans. And I got around 15 to 20 MMR vintage cars.
Yeah, yeah. They had some guys that couldn't make it. Normally they bring a little more. But the ones that were there were really nice ones.
They were.
Yeah, they were some good looking cars.
Fast time was Trevor Feathers with 18.225. Heat winners was Tyler Emery, Sean Shoemaker, and Greg Satterley, and Cal Hardy. B main was Ross Robinson and Keith Kuntz. And the feature, Greg Satterley was out front with Cal Hardy chasing him and Sean Shoemaker third. And I guess you gave away the hard charger. I got the hard.
Justin Weaver.
I got the
won
hard
that.
charger and Justin Weaver.
Yeah, he came up to fourth.
Gained 9 spots.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about the best appearing cars. Did you hear?
Yes, the best appearing cars were sponsored by Stein's Radiator Service in Hagerstown. Wesley Truex did that in honor of his grandfather, Mert Stein. And the super late models, the winner was Kenny Moreland. A 24 car always looks sharp. He won in the supers, and then in the late model sportsman, it was Levi Crowell in the Booz Brothers Performance car. It's usually C2, but it had a Gary Stoller throwback body on it for the night. It looked really nice with the black and green number 90 that Gary drove for Glenn Neininger back in 2007. So those were the 2 best appearing car awards. They both received $500 cash, courtesy of Stein's Radiator Service. in memory of Mert Stein.
Yeah, I spent the weekend with Wesley. Not spent the weekend with him.
That didn't sound
Spent
good.
yesterday with him
Okay.
at a car show, and he was excited about that, and he was really. He said, "Did you hear who won?" I said, "No, I didn't." And he actually had some photos on his phone
Yeah.
of cars that he
Yeah.
thought
was looking at.
but
Yeah.
he said he wasn't sure what classes each
Right.
one of them was in, so he was he didn't know what
Yeah.
so he just left it up to somebody else. But yeah, that's I'll make sure I tell him. But
It was really nice of him to step up, and there was something posted there on turn 5, but I guess he
Was there?
mixed it. Guess you missed it too.
I did too.
Yeah.
Hot lap qualifying for the late model sportsmen's. Jeremy Pilkerding, Cal Lee, and Cal Lear and Levi Crow was the group fast qualifiers. I believe Cal Lee was overall fast
Yeah, he
qualifier.
was.
Heats were Jeremy Pilkerding, Cal Lee, Cal Lear, and Levi Crow. B main was won by Scott Palmer. Feature Cal Lee, Tyler Bear, and Levi Crow was the top 3. I'm pretty sure the steel block winner was Cal Lee, and I'm pretty sure the
was.
525 was Tyler Bear.
You're correct. Yes.
So 1-2, and even when Levi was second, they still was 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle Lee won the $500 bonus from A&C Racing Engines for running a 358 steel block, and he also got the $200 from A&C for fastest qualifier with a steel block, and then the $500 bonus from Race City Performance out of Mooresville, North Carolina, for the top finish in 525 engine went to Tyler Bear, and the top qualifier for the 525 engine was Jeremy Pilkington. So we will spread the cash around a little bit to those guys. We really appreciate what A&C and Race City Performance did. So many sponsors who put out bonus money for the racers to make it worth it for them to race for the night. The Auto Racing Club of Hagerstown, they gave a $500 hard luck award in both classes. In the super late model, it went to Trevor Feathers. He got a flat tire running third, and the Arch people vote on that, and Trevor received that. And in the late model sportsman, it was Jeremy Pilkerton. Mm-hmm. He runs so well there in qualifying and the heat race, but then he had engine trouble in the feature and dropped out. So
it blowed a dipstick plug out.
Yeah, that's kind of a freak thing, isn't it?
The last at Potomac the other week there when he was going for the lead,
Yeah.
he blowed an oil line.
Yeah.
And
He's had some bad
whenever
luck.
he pulled up there, I was like, I bet he blowed an oil line again.
Yeah.
And here he put on Facebook that must be a plug to plug off the dipstick tube.
Yeah.
And it blowed that out.
Well, he's definitely deserving of a hard luck award because his luck's been pretty lousy lately.
And
But he is fast.
And unfortunately, I think Trevor Feathers has picked up quite a few of those hard luck awards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean he's always up front, and then has
he
a
won
flat
the race
tire.
a couple years, but
Yeah.
Then he had bad luck a couple times. Well, then Arch did a blind draw. We had the feature winner draw out of a bucket, numbers 2 through 24, and in the super late model, Lane Snook won the $500 bonus, and in the late model sportsman, it was Jace Piper. So
Wow.
Yeah, he was happy. It's neat that a young driver like that won. So really thank Arch for everything they did to support the race. All the sponsors that helped support it and helped allow us to give these bonuses to the drivers for coming. If I named them all off here, we'd be here to midnight, so we won't do that.
I was very impressed with the sponsors the amount of sponsors you had. I was very impressed.
We wanted to take care of everybody, and I can't thank all the people enough that supported the race over the years. I hope everyone has a fond memory of the Frank Sagi tribute that they'll remember from one of the years or a couple of the races we had. Did my best to try to put on a kind of a neat show that people would like to come to and remember, and couldn't have done it without a lot of help. So we thank track management for allowing us to have it, and thank the sponsors, the fans, the racers, everyone who ever attended one of them. So we had 9, and we tried 10 years, but in 2020 we weren't able to run the race because of the pandemic. But we did race 9 times, and just hope everyone's got a couple fond memories from the race.
That's a pretty long run though for a memorial race. I mean, I'd say there's memorial races like that the guys on the tour run, but they're basically like, this is for so and so, and this is the money that's like, it's not all that involved like you got.
Yeah.
But and then Gage, he won a bicycle.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, it was a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, Gilbert Hess did a tremendous job there for the children.
Yeah, shout out to Gilbert because what he did was
Above and beyond.
bringing kids to the track.
Yeah.
A lot of kids got them $200 checks, and
18 of them.
18 $200 checks,
Got those big checks.
and then 17.
You like to want one of them when you were a kid, when you bred?
Oh, absolutely.
Have one of them big checks to hang in
Could
your
you imagine
bedroom?
going to the racetrack and getting one of them big checks?
And getting
That's
I mean, like
$200.
it could have been for $20,
That's right.
and you'd have been like,
But he made it 200.
"This is the
for each-
greatest day ever."
Right. The
The
check
kids
and the
will
cash.
remember that rest of their life.
Yeah, I hope so.
My cousin got one of the checks, and some guy walked up to him and said that the kid who was on the check that passed away and stuff. Of course, Gilbert honored all of the kids in his program that have passed, but
Yeah, all those checks were different. They weren't all alike. Each one was different.
yeah, it was the guy's grandson or so, I believe, and my cousin just gave him the check because as long as
That's nice.
yeah, he got to keep the money, but he just said, "I don't really need the check. You can go ahead
Yeah.
and have it."
Yeah, that was
Check
awesome.
meant a lot to
That was
man.
really
That
awesome.
was nice.
Yeah.
I did one for my dad in memory of my dad, and like me and Shirley knew it, but nobody else even knew it. And I asked Gilbert, I said, "Can you send me a picture of that?" And he sent me a picture, and it was like, it might have been right before the race. It was either that day after race. Like I didn't even tell nobody,
Yeah.
and I sent it like out in a family group message, and man, everybody's like, "That is really cool. That's really neat." And I was like, "What's pretty cool that all them race teams and all them people got together and honored different people." And I seen where they was looking for that one young man that got the one Keith Walls check.
Yeah.
he wants
Keith
to
him
give
his
him a door.
Yeah.
So they're
That's
trying
nice.
to track him down.
Yeah.
And
We had a lot of neat things go on that night.
yeah,
And a lot of
And before
nice
everything-
facets.
I would say before everything got started, he did the big gift to the family that he brought in.
Yeah,
5,000 or something like that.
So
To Henry.
yeah,
Henry.
me, my buddy Zane, who was the flagman for late model sportsman, just a little bit there, and of course my cousin. We all walked up to the booth, and him and his family were there. We introduced ourselves. We got a picture with Henry, and honestly, just when Gilbert gave them the check, like that really just made my night. Before I even got into the booth to announce even. So that really like changed my perspective on how the night was going to go, and how more confident I would be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Can you imagine that family?
They had to be shocked. They,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
thought they were coming to a race. They probably
Yeah, they
had
didn't
no
know anything
idea.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big secret.
And you
to
don't-
them.
Yeah.
Really remarkable that the racing community pulled together
Yeah.
and all the hard work that Gilbert does, is
I don't know how he
pretty
gets everybody to
inspiring.
do things. He must be a good car salesman, is what Sagi is. Because I mean, tell you what, he every time you turn around, Gilbert has somebody following through, helping him.
Well, you
something.
you can't help but want to help him because it's he's so
Yeah.
passionate about what he's doing, and
Yeah,
you can. It's easy to buy in. You know what I mean? And it's hard not to.
It's a good cause.
It's a
Yeah.
great. It's an amazing cause.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy. He's
Yeah.
a great guy.
I also like the award for Buddy Long. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I got
You know, Linda Fogel and some of the other employees at the track wanted to do that for Buddy. I thought that was very thoughtful of them and a neat idea that Linda organized, and I was glad to help him with that.
She does a lot there behind the scenes.
Yes.
Very, very kind person
good
that's got a
person.
big heart.
Yeah.
That's really
And Buddy
nice.
travels 2.5, 3 hours to come
Yeah.
to Hagerstown each way. So, that guy deserved that.
I got 2 comments here. Carolyn Kuntz, my boys enjoyed racing there at Winchester. Todd Ward says, great turnout, Alan, and some good racing at Hagerstown Speedway.
Thank you, Todd.
Glenn Grimm says, I had a good time at racing.
Yeah, Glenn
it-
and his family were at the race. Yeah, always glad to see
I told
them
you
there.
before, like, every time that we went to the Sagi race and we'd run with the supers or whatever, I know we wasn't competing for the $5,000 or $6,000 or whatever, but like it was just a whole different atmosphere. Like it wasn't. I mean, people's competing,
Yeah.
but it's like it's not like a regular, like I don't want to say like cutthroat race night. Like everybody's out for themselves. Like it's just a different atmosphere, and that's why I love that race. Not just that you do it, Alan, but I'm telling you, these races. I'm telling you right now that one of the first prizes I ever won as a driver was at the first Small Car Nationals. It was sponsored by what was that woman's name? Had the bar up there.
Oh, the Shamrock.
Shamrock Inn.
Yep.
I was a Dale Earnhardt Sr. fan,
Yeah.
and I broke in the feature. It was like 60 cars back then, and I made the
yeah.
feature. I broke in the feature and finished like 20th. And they're like, well, you got to go up and, they got to check your position and see if you got anything. And I'm like, okay. So I walk up there, I'm like 20th. She's like, you got this Earnhardt touch lamp.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like give me that thing,
Yeah.
And like, I never forgot that.
Still got it.
Like, I mean, it
Yeah.
didn't, it's at home, and down in it ain't a trophy room, but down where the trophies are. And it's like, or they used to be, now they're in the garage. But like, I never forgot that because that little stupid, I won't say stupid, but those little extra gifts that you
Thoughtful,
give,
yeah.
like you, Alan, you giving away the, half off on a box of tear-offs or, this, all them little prizes you get that you hand out, like that means that's like a big deal to racers. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, they want the $5,000.
Yeah.
But that touch lamp I got, man, that's pretty good.
You're still talking about it, aren't
It
you?
didn't.
Yeah,
It
all those
didn't.
years
It didn't
later.
give me no tires, but I mean, it
Tells
was
the tale
nice.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, how much money did you get? Nothing. I got a touch lamp though.
No.
It might not
best.
even work. I don't think I ever plugged it in.
Did my best to try to make it a fun evening for the racers and the fans, and try to make it work for everybody. I'm sorry that we didn't meet expectations on the crowd turnout for management, but certainly did my best. But I do appreciate working with everyone at the track, and also we'd be remiss if we didn't mention our 3 honorees for the night: Gary Stuhler, Marvin Winters, and Roy Deese Jr. Them and their families were all there in attendance, and appreciate their support of the race. And another guy I need to mention, Rick Harbaugh. He went above and beyond.
Yeah.
We collected nearly 400 hats and T-shirts that Rick gave away to the fans when they come in. So, and then Jeff Lindsay with the drawings that we give away.
I had a bunch of that
Tried
stuff
to
right now.
do a little something for everybody, and was a little disappointed we didn't get more of a crowd in the stands.
I didn't think the crowd was too bad, but
It-
I mean, there's so many. Unfortunately, there's so much stuff going on.
There's a lot to do, but the car count was outstanding, and thanks to each and every one of the racers who came and participated, and I'll have something for each one of them, whether it be cash or gift certificate.
I mean, the parents have to bring the children,
Yeah,
and a lot of the children may not have known that there was 18 checks being given out and 20 bicycles and stuff like that. So, I mean, if they knew, they probably was telling the parent they want to go. But I mean, some kids,
I can't
You know.
imagine any kid went out of there without something.
no,
I don't.
that's what
I
they
don't-
tried to do.
And
Yeah.
I seen kids run up there and taking TVs.
yeah,
He had TVs.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Some of the giveaway. Once they did the checks, then the bikes, and then they went to the gift table.
Yep.
I mean, he had like 2 tables lined, and I mean,
He had
it
something
was
for everybody.
full of stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
And you wouldn't believe the smiles on them kids' face.
No wonder they'll want to go back for that.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things that that these tracks really need to work on, because they complain about enclosed trailers and stuff like that, but like there's no time. I mean, like if somebody does try to get out in the pits, most of the tracks, the lights is turned off before they even half get through it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no. That's one of the things that, and I'm not bashing any track, but that's one of the things that like NHRA does. If you look at NHRA, the place is packed.
Yeah.
Now, how much excitement does kids get out of drag racing? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's. I watch it for a while, but after a while, I'm like, okay, I done seen everybody make a pass. And I'm not bashing drag racing. I'm just saying the reason why they have the people in the stands is because their drivers are accessible.
Yep, I agree with that. You can walk right up to them, watch them rebuild
Yes.
a motor.
Yep.
You know,
Everything's
how cool is
accessible.
that?
Yeah, you're right.
And you see NASCAR struggling with that. And, it just, like, NHRA gets it. I mean, even at the one race, maybe they do it all the races. I watched one race where at the end of the night, they had the winners come up, get on a stage. And it's basically like a stage, like if you're at a concert. Like, I mean, there's people lined up at the foot of the stage, like, and they're like, asking this driver to sign their hat or whatever. And he's up there with his Wally or whatever. And he's like, oh, I want to thank everybody. And like, I mean, that's your winning, Top Fuel, Pro Stock, whatever. I mean, they're all up there on this stage, and they're 5 foot from all the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what the kids.
The kids are the future, right?
Yes.
If you don't introduce them to it at a young
You're right.
age, how can they get interested in it? Because there's so many other things for kids to get into these days, and a lot of them aren't good.
When I was young, I didn't know who Bobby Allen was. I didn't know what the number 55 was. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But one day, me and Dougie Timmons were running through the pits, and Dougie knew him.
Yeah.
And Dougie went up, hey, man, he started talking to him and everything. Well, he whipped 2 of them red 55 hats out and gave us both one. I wish I knew what happened to mine.
Yeah.
But I never forgot that. And I'm not saying every driver needs to give a kid a T-shirt or a hat. It's just something stupid. Give them a lug nut off the car or something. I mean, kids would take that stuff and put it on their nightstand, and they'll make it like a trophy.
Yeah.
Why do you think they have? Remember NASCAR races? They all used to hang around trying to get the lug nuts back when they ran.
Oh, yeah.
Lug nuts. Everybody wanted one.
Yeah.
In Top Fuel, they want pistons and rods from rebuilding the motors. So.
I was really hoping we could have ran on Saturday night. I had a plan to interact the people and the racers after the race, but it was a little hard to do that on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask those guys to stay with their cars unloaded on a Sunday when they had to.
I
A lot
understand.
of them had to travel to get home and go to work on Monday, and the fans too. Mm-hmm. If we wouldn't have got rained out on Saturday, it'd have been a little different plan, but we didn't get to execute that one.
I can't imagine, Alan, what you go through. I know that one Sagi race you had a couple years ago. I was sitting beside you at the arch picnic, and your phone was going. It was cloudy, and it was just a
That might
little
have been the year we
sprinkling
had a
once in a
couple
while.
thunderstorms come
And-
through. Yeah.
Your phone was ringing constantly. He's
Yeah.
trying to eat a chicken leg with his phone up to his mouth. He answered his chicken leg 3 times before
Yeah.
he figured out it wasn't his phone. And
That didn't work real good.
and it was people wanting to know if the race was still on.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been that year that Wagner was running the late model. I think.
Might have been. I'm not sure.
I can't remember,
The
but
years
I
run together.
remember
but
thinking,
I do remember
man,
we had a couple thunderstorms come through, and we had everybody there, and let's rough it out and let's get it in. And then the sun came out, and we raced. It was
that's one
good.
thing you do, Alan. A lot of people
Stay calm.
don't deal with that. I mean, a lot of people, if they want to sponsor a race, they go out and get sponsors. They go out and get extra money. They get a couple checks made. They come to the track. I know I did a couple races for 4-cylinders. I didn't have none of that. I mean, I had the extra money, had some extra prizes for certain positions. I gave everything to the officials, and when it was over, people wanted to know, well, who got this? Who got that? You have to go talk to the officials. I don't know. Yeah. I gave them the money. And you take it personal. I mean, you're constantly on your feet all night long, making sure everything is handled, making sure the sound system's working, making sure the track's in good shape. I mean, even though you can't control none of that stuff, and I'm not trying to embarrass you, but he come by me the other year and he was upset about the national anthem. The thing didn't play. Something wouldn't work right. And I said, Alan, it's not a big deal. We're singing the national anthem. Somebody was singing the national anthem.
Yeah.
But Alan was upset
It was
over
a
that.
big deal.
And I felt bad. I felt bad because I feel like you don't need to have that. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. I mean, we're talking about machines and electrical stuff. I mean, stuff like that fails. It goes bad. But
Yeah, maybe I'm a little too much of a perfectionist. I wanted to see the shows go.
I mean, if you
Well.
felt really bad, you could have sung it on the front stretch. If
Then
you felt
everybody
really
would have
bad.
felt bad. Yeah. That was not the answer. I can promise you that.
The goal was to keep people in the seats.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not saying
Exactly.
these things to embarrass you or anything like that. I'm saying them because I don't think people realize
The effort that he
the effort
puts forward
and
for this.
and a good 75% or 80% of the things that you are I don't want to say upset that you don't like that happens is nothing to do with you. You can't control it. It's like, I understand it don't make, I understand if I was in your position, I'd feel the same way. I'd want everything to go just freaking perfect.
Yeah.
But
Well, he wants it to go smooth, and also with him doing this memorial, it's representing his father's memory, and he wants everything to
Correct.
just go
I understand that.
with no glitches.
But you know what? I think a lot of the people,
he puts too much pressure on himself.
a lot of the people looking in from the outside don't even notice half of it.
I hope they noticed the guardrails. I hope they thought that looked a little better. Paul,
I noticed it.
Did you?
I noticed it.
Yeah, I thought maybe people would like that. It brightened the place up and kind of illuminate it when the lights come on. Also, got to thank the guys at Booze Brothers Performance. They worked with me and helped replace all the caution lights and made sure they were all working. They come up there with a bucket truck and did that. Just little things.
I heard you
Rick Harbaugh
supervising.
provided a flag. Yeah, I supervised.
I heard you supervising. I did hear that.
Yeah, I didn't do much. I supervised.
Hang yellow bulbs up.
Yeah, I let them guys handle the bulb thing. But so many people that helped.
We got a comment here from Melissa Schatzer. She says the crowd was nothing to hang your head about. Everyone
Amen.
had a wonderful time. That is worth more than dollars. Our group enjoyed a great night. Job well done.
See, Alan, I
Thank
told
you. Thank you, Melissa.
You'll get your $20, Melissa, whenever I get it. It's in the mail. No, I'm just joking. No, Alan, I appreciate you wanting to be a perfectionist. But you have a ex-racer here. You got a young, soon-to-probably-be racer announcer there. And I know you take it on yourself, but, I mean, most of the people there is like, they had a great night. It was all great. And I know that you are upset because this or that or this, but I just want you to know that people appreciate it, and you don't need to beat yourself up.
I think a
'cause
lot of people probably enjoyed their evening. This is Melissa.
That is
said
like
her group did,
it ain't even a race. It's an event.
and I know we weren't there, but from what we watched on TV, it looked like everything was really good.
Yeah, my frustration the whole night. My frustration was trying to get the PA Posse TV on my TV. I knew it was an internet TV, but I didn't know how to get the internet on it. And I was like, this better work. I'm like 2 hours before start time, and I'm stressing
Well,
out.
that was good. You started early.
I did start a little early, and I was like, oh man,
That's all
now
that confidence he had in himself to
Yeah,
figure it out.
that was
Let's
smart,
start 2 hours
Yeah.
early.
It's a little tricky.
I would
though.
have to do that too.
But I was glad. I was so
Next
glad.
time he'll know, won't he?
I was so glad it was a streaming service because that worked out great for.
Yeah, you couldn't be there.
What
That's
we was
why
going
we did
through.
that.
I felt bad because Shane's car wasn't there because I enjoy seeing it pace the field every year. But that was just the way things, unfortunately, the way things went, and we're not going to dwell on that. But I just want you to know I appreciate everything you do, Alan. I think if there's 1% of the racers that don't, that's 1%. But the rest of them,
Well, the racers were all very nice.
that's
to
what I'm
me.
saying. The
Yeah.
racers appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's an event. They wouldn't drive all that way on a Sunday night to come race there if they didn't appreciate it. So thank you for everything you've done.
Who would think there'd be? I mean, on a Sunday night, would you say 33 or 32 super late models?
33.
And they were all super late models, right? Like I didn't even think we had that many in the region.
Yeah, 38
You know, to
late model
be willing to
sportsmen.
drive on a Sunday like that. So
I figured
Pretty remarkable.
around.
Quality cars too.
yeah, quality cars.
I was thinking about 32 limiteds, and it was 38.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Saturday would have been. I can't remember who was racing. There wasn't hardly nobody.
Nobody
racing.
was racing. No.
Saturday night.
Yeah, if the weather would have been good, Saturday may have been a little better for the crowd turnout.
Gage, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. Don't get mad at me. We're going to talk to you more here. There's one thing I do want to talk about here before we forget.
He's over here hanging out in Heartbreak Hotel.
He drinking that. He jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he is.
Alan, you guys might be able to speak on this. I just want I bring this up on the show once in a while, and it's what irks me, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and if you don't like it, you don't have to listen. But we have a young racer named Case Higgins, run a junior sprint car that got burnt pretty bad
Read about that.
at I-44 Speedway. From what I understand, it was a fuel fire, and he had on underwear. He had on the proper stuff. It just, even the good stuff is only good for so long.
Yeah.
But I just want to tell everybody, I was taught by a good racer that taught me safety. I wouldn't have known if I wouldn't have been taught. They told me to go out and buy the fireproof underwear, go out and buy a suit. I had a head sock. People, I get down through the pits in my head sock, and people look at me like I was, is that guy going to
I
Halloween?
remember you wearing all those
Yeah,
things.
I was taught that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know the female. I don't care. I'm not trying to bash her. It just sticks in my mind. This girl took a picture in front of her car and had one of them half tops on her, with her belly hanging out and everything. Nothing against that. It's great. but like my first thought was, where's your safety equipment at? Like, you wouldn't believe the comments on there.
Yeah.
They was all, you need to get yourself some fireproof underwear. You need to get yourself some stuff. I can't tell you the amount of guys I see walking down through the pits with their suits unzipped, with no T-shirt on at all. And I know a T-shirt's not going to help that much, but go out and buy some fireproof underwear. They have it in black. If you don't like black, they have it in white. And I don't know if you ever wore it, Alan, but I'll tell you something. It's unbelievable how breathable the stuff is. Mm-hmm. It's like on a hot night, you're thinking, man, I don't want to wear that. And I've took my suit down before and tied it around my waist, and you actually feel the air coming through that stuff. It's not as hot as what you think it is. And I mean, once it happens, it's too late. I'm only bringing this up so people don't get hurt and their children don't get hurt. I was lucky. I raced with a single layer suit for 20 years until I finally got a nice suit, triple layer suit, and I wore it like 1 year and quit. But I mean, like, I was lucky. Like, I had on safety equipment, but I didn't have what I should have had.
Yeah.
And same way with my helmet. I had a helmet I wore for years. It was a good helmet, but I should have updated my helmet too. I was lucky. We ran them foam collars with wasn't no Hans devices or anything. But anyways, I know this young man here, he didn't do nothing wrong.
No.
He had equipment on. Thoughts and prayers to him. I'm just hoping that if it ever happens again, the next individual has the proper safety equipment on to maybe help them out a little bit. And, that's all I got to say about that.
That's
I
a
got
shame.
2 comments here. Sheila Grimm says, Alan, you did a great job. You had a great crowd in the stands, a great car count. And then I got Carolyn Kuntz says, people have no clue what it takes to put on a show for sponsors.
See, Alan, I told you. What was you saying, Brad?
I was just going to say that, fire is always, I think probably most drivers' biggest fear, getting trapped in the car and can't get out.
Yeah.
It's, so you try to do as much as you can to eliminate the risk, as much as you can, but to do nothing is, it's too late, like you said. So just being aware that there's options out there to best protect yourself. And knowing, like you said, I never had the underwear. I had the 3-layer suits, but if it's breathable and it's not really that hot, that's good to know. Maybe there's some drivers out there that might consider, getting.
It ain't as hot as what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I don't know how they make it fireproof and breathable, but you can feel air going through it.
I heard something also about when you wash your suits and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, did you hear
There's a
that?
special detergent that you get to wash it. You shouldn't be washing it in regular laundry
Right.
detergent.
Takes the fire retardancy
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
Yes.
had mine dry cleaned.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife didn't care about me. She did mine in regular old Tide or whatever. I think she did it 3 or 4 times each time. Like, hope
I
this
put
sucker,
extra
hope
in
this
it.
sucker burns up.
I put extra in.
She had a
She
little
wanted you
oil.
nice and clean, right?
I wanted to get crispy.
She said, "You want original or extra crispy?"
Barb,
That's ignorant to joke about, isn't it?
Barb Warnfeld says, it was a great day from the arch picnic to the last checkered flag. Great job, Alan, as always. Mike and I appreciate you and all your helpers.
I always appreciated Mike Warnfeld's coming to the race every year, and he always, donated his time to come sign autographs, and their whole family would come. So, a lot of things like that. I always remember the people that supported the race.
Yep.
We're all caught up here.
So, what do you think, Gage?
I don't know.
What kind of fireproof underwear you go wear when you get in your race car?
It's not up to me.
If you don't want to wear fireproof underwear, you have to be an announcer.
Yeah. But you could wear them in
There's
the
your
announcer
choice.
booth just in case something catches
Just
on
in
fire.
case, yeah.
You never know when a wire might arc or something like that.
Yeah.
You have to run out of that place.
Do you have any thoughts on the race?
I think it was a tremendous success. I mean, everything Gilbert did with the bikes, checks, and everything for the other kids. He even got me this like little trophy, and it had,
Yeah,
like,
that's right. With a little microphone trophy. I seen it.
Yeah, that was neat.
That was
really
awesome.
cool. And
Yeah.
the arch picnic was actually really cool. Gerald Chamberlain was down there.
About that.
My dad, Ken Dixon was also down there. There's a lot of drivers that I didn't really get to see or anything, or even Nick Dixon was there too. But I met this.
Did you get to go to the autograph signing? The autograph session. Did you get to go to
no,
that?
I didn't do. I was in the
He was
pits.
probably too busy.
That's
Wasn't
when he was working.
he was working doing autograph. Yeah.
I met this really cool woman. Her name was also Shirley, and we sat there, talked for a while there, and she told me all about Gerald and how him and my dad were always clean racers. They always rooted for them, and she told me that a interesting fact. She said that she used to talk to Scott Bloomquist. They didn't talk about racing. Try and guess what they talked about.
I don't know. I had a joke in my head, but my mouth shut it off before it got there.
My guess was airplanes because
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't thought somebody would take it wrong when I said that.
I don't mean just because he had such a
an interest in
airplanes.
Yeah.
I figured that might be an interest.
I was
of
scared
hers.
if I said airplanes, everybody's
Yeah.
going to take me as
But he
making
also
a
had a
joke.
pond on his property. Maybe it was ducks or something. It could have been most anything. Could have been trains.
It was miniature horses.
There you go.
Was he into miniature
We were
horses?
close.
He had some.
They can
horses.
fly.
Was
They
he-
can fly.
Was you talking to Shirley Ebersole?
I believe.
That's who you were talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
saw you
knows
there
a
talking
lot.
to Shirley.
Yeah, she
She
does.
knows
How'd you figure that out?
Because there's only 2 Shirleys that I know in racing. And that's
Oh, yeah,
Shirley
there's only 2
Ebersole and
Shirleys.
Shirley Winters.
There's only 2 Shirleys at
And
the
Shirley
dirt track.
Kershner.
And, well,
Yeah, like she told me that like it was good to start off as an announcer because like I mentioned that I was looking forward to trying to be a driver myself, and she said, well, being an announcer is definitely helpful because you're up there, you can learn about their stuff, you can watch them, and then learn what they do, especially if they're younger drivers, because then by the time I'm in a car, then I'll learn what they do, how they drive their car, how do they make their moves, maybe even what they do on their race car if I'm just walking around the pits, like writing down stuff or whatever, but
Oh, so you're going to go spy on them while you're taking notes on their sponsor, son?
He says,
See where the 4-link
he
rods are.
says, I'm just taking down your sponsor so I can announce them later. We got
Yeah.
a camera on the 4-link rod.
Yeah.
What's your spring numbers?
Yeah, watching the load test.
Where's your
up inside
G-bar?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, think of that, Gage. You don't realize there's certain people in this sport that promote the racers, and you don't realize what it means. Not everyone can win. Not everyone can run up front. And whenever someone like Doug Watson or someone like Buddy Long or someone like that goes out of their way to mention a driver because they notice that the driver works hard or the driver's there every week or whatever, that means a lot. I've seen Doug Watson do that numerous times. I've seen Buddy have videos where he mentions a lot of the racers and stuff, and that's the thing that we're missing. That's hard to find in this sport because there's a lot of announcers out there, but I don't know, I guess a lot of them just announce the race and they don't deal with all the drivers and stuff, and that's a thing that I see that like Buddy does and other people do, and it's like it really means a lot to the racers because a lot of them don't get mentioned. You know, it's hard, especially in this day and age. It's hard to run up front every week and be, you know, in the eye of the people.
I got a question for Alan.
Uh-oh.
Alan, what I remember most about your dad is all the jokes he told.
Uh-oh.
Did you tell a joke before the races started?
On Sunday?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
You didn't? You
No,
should
I
have.
let Buddy Long do the talking.
You should have had a joke for everyone before the races started, just because that would have been your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad always did that. So he did. I got another comment here from Debbie Regal Sagi. It says, Alan, I'm so proud of you and all the hard work that you put into your dad's tribute race. You work from one year to the next preparing to make sure everything is perfect, but some things are out of your control. Your dad is so proud of you. I agree with Debbie.
I told you that yesterday. Your dad was proud of you.
Your dad's proud of you.
And you know what's
Done
behind
this.
every good man, don't you?
Good woman.
A good woman.
There you go. I wish we could have ended on a better note with the race, but I did the best I could.
Well, things happen, and like she said, they're out of your control.
Yeah.
And you plan things so meticulously,
Yeah.
but things do happen that they do not fall out the way you
Get
plan.
off course. Yeah.
I've seen it. I've had it happen to me.
Yeah.
Well, Alan, I'm going to go eat pizza after the show, and I have never seen a sad person with a piece of pizza.
Yeah.
don't catch me being sad
Pizza,
with
pizza would cheer up anybody, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it lighten my mood every time. I have a bad day, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not that mad anymore.
Even bad pizza's pretty good, isn't it?
Cold pizza, yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't even heat pizza up after it's in the fridge.
Just eat it cold.
Maybe I'm just lazy, but honestly,
Maybe I'm just lazy.
I like cold pizza.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, Gage? We want to give you plenty of time. What is anything you did? I want to tell you, for your a person your age, you have really brought up some really good points about the race. Is there anything else you noticed about the evening that you'd like to talk about?
I mean, of course, like, just the announcing part. You know, of course, took me a little bit to get into it and stuff. But, I mean, it was a really fun experience for me. I mean, being up there, hearing race control talk for like the ULMS series, and my favorite part about announcing was hands down when I got to say 4 wide. That
Yeah.
was like my favorite part.
You don't get to say that too many times, do you?
No.
The ULMS guys did a really nice job officiating the super late model race. I was very pleased with their work. They did a good job.
I thought everybody, I mean, I wasn't there. I can't tell you everything that went down. But I thought it was being on the, out on the live stream with the PA Posse TV and everything. I thought everyone did pretty good. It seemed like the racing was good. I didn't see, nothing unfortunate as far as like tore up stuff and people angry and stuff like that. It seemed like everybody.
No, we didn't have much carnage, did we? Everything
No.
went pretty smooth. That
Very,
way.
very few
Glad to
cautions.
see that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was a very clean event. You had a few cars that unfortunately broke a little something,
Yeah.
but it was nobody
No
really.
bad crash at all.
Yeah, nobody really tore up something or was upset with anybody, stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
and they probably knew they didn't have time for that. They had to get up and go to work the next day.
That's right.
So Gage was not. He wasn't eager to get to the announcer booth on the night before.
Really?
Yeah, he was. He had a pretty rough night leading up to it.
Oh yeah.
So mom
You
and
were a
dad
little
wasn't.
nervous.
I think that's what it was.
I can't believe you was nervous.
It-
The way you sounded
can't
on the air, like there was no nervous
You're
there.
not nervous here, are you? Well, next time you get to announce, just think like you're talking to Uncle Mike.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, it's only one night, but I'd say I'm used to it, so I think I'd be ready to do it again.
There you go.
Now, Alan does more public speaking than I do. I can speak in here because it's just us. I don't like speaking in the public, but Alan, they say that you're supposed to.
I know what's coming here, Brad. You need to do it on time.
You're supposed to view that everyone's sitting in their underwear.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
No,
Are you
I
gonna
do
talk-
not. I don't think that's good advice.
I'm just going by what they say.
But
Yeah.
but when we got to the track that day, he wasn't showing any nerves at all, which surprised me. I thought as we got closer, he would it would start to kind of trickle back in, and then when they did the little ceremony up front, and Buddy had the mic, he kind of walked by Gage and kind of scooped him up, and said, me and Gage is going to go up, and I'm not sure exactly how he said it. But he took him up the stairs, and Gage went right along with him. I was like, "Whew, thank goodness!" I'm glad he didn't bail. So that was
Yeah.
good.
Did a real good
Yeah,
job.
and Buddy did it. From what I could tell, and you couldn't really hear that. The only complaint I would have, not just as his parent, but the fans, if any of them were eager to hear him, his volume was nowhere near. And he's soft-spoken anyway.
Yeah.
But you couldn't really hear him in the grandstands.
But on the broadcast, it was better.
But on the broadcast,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
phenomenal.
Perfect,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
fantastic on the broadcast.
Yeah,
so,
both him and Buddy was loud and clear on the
yeah.
broadcast.
Yeah, so those guys did a really good job.
Yeah.
The PA Posse guys getting that posted. So
It's a shame though, because a lot of people there in the stands probably didn't get to
experience that.
experience it. Yeah,
It's tough over the engine noise
Yeah.
and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
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 Well, maybe they can go to PA Posse TV and look at some of the highlights.
I'm telling you, those guys
Get
are
a little
those
different
guys are going to
experience.
grow because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they did really, really. I've never bought any of their broadcasts, and the way you purchase it, everything was easy. I mean,
They got it figured out. Don't
wasn't
they?
no buffering going on. I mean, everything was right there the whole
They
time.
have brand new state of the art equipment. Everything is first class.
Wow.
That makes a difference.
I mean, even the big streaming companies, the name ones,
Yep.
you get on some Saturday evening. I know there's a lot more people watching, but you get on there, you go to one of their pages to see, like, a lot of times they put results on there. They'll have like a result of a heat race. Well, there's always 3 or 4. Mine's buffering. I can't hear.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like
right. I didn't hear anybody say
no.
they
That's what I'm
buffered on
saying.
this race.
They did a
Yeah.
real good job, and I hope that maybe they'll get known around this area. Maybe we can
Yep.
get a lot more races broadcast by them,
Yeah.
and that would be a thing that we can be proud of for this area, to have a lot of our races. They have some big races at Bedford that I always hope they have on there, and Port Royal, Sillins Grove, places like that, BAPS, everything. I mean, it'd be great to have all that on there. So hopefully they'll get more. I don't want to say more work. I'm sure they got a full schedule, but you know.
Yeah.
What do they? I mean, how does that work? Like, what do they charge, and then do they have to pay the racetrack some of that back?
They share that with the
They share
racetrack.
it. Okay.
They
It was
charge
$25
whatever
to
the
watch the-
grandstand admission would be on a
Okay.
given night.
Nice.
So they charge that, and then they share half of it with the racetrack.
I don't know if
So that way the tracks make a little money.
Yeah, of
for
course.
their-
It's got to be an incentive for the racetrack.
It's
to
very,
work.
very fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't look to see if they have like a yearly thing.
Not yet.
I just looked up the race and it said $25, and I thought,
Yeah.
$25 to watch that race? I mean,
And that was good for you and Shirley both.
yeah.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it.
It's
Yeah.
a great deal.
Yeah, we enjoyed
Good
it.
for the track.
I thought it was a fair price.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, think about from a racetrack perspective. You get older people. I think about my mom. She can't get to the track,
Right.
but she would certainly pay the $25, and then that's $12.50 that the racetrack never would have got in their hands.
yeah, I mean,
I met his mom there at the racetrack there
Uh-oh.
before things got started. And I thought I was talking to Brad for about 3 minutes. I never knew he had a twin brother. I was talking to that guy. I thought it was Brad.
I was like, "Dang, Alan, we don't look that much alike."
A little. I had so much going on in my mind, and just yeah.
It was funny.
yeah, I mean, just like what me and Shirley was dealing with. It's like, I hated that this all was going on, 2 miles, 3 miles up the road.
Yeah.
But it just was one of them deals where, us sitting there
Timing.
getting to watch this, like it gave us a good evening. We got to watch it. We got to enjoy it. We got to hear Gage. We got to see the awards. We got to, it was like it meant a lot to us just to get things off our mind and just enjoy an evening. And I'm really appreciative for that because, like you said, hard to tell how many other people, can't get there, don't have a way. I mean, you always want people to come to the racetrack, but it's nice to have another alternative.
Nice to have options.
I can't even see this. I need glasses or something.
You got glasses on, don't you?
They ain't working. They ain't working.
You want me to take my phone and read it?
You're supposed to be over here reading it.
Well, I thought you was finishing up.
He'd be
Glenn
lost
Grimm
without
says,
you.
Gage, I got your signature.
There you go.
Zane Dixon says, Gage, love your shirt.
Oh yeah. Hi Zane.
Larry Welsh,
What did he say?
I don't know
now?
what is a
That's surprising.
Gage?
That's his grandfather.
Is it?
It's Larry language.
Welsh is proud of you.
Oh, it's
Gaga.
Gaga? Is there Gaga?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's Gage. He couldn't pronounce Grandpa or Pawpaw, so he started calling him Gaga when he was
Gaga is
really
proud
young.
of you.
It's
There you
stuck.
go.
Ga, ga, ga.
And then Robert Acton says maybe if they put some money to the speakers in the pit, you could hear opening ceremonies. I know they did upgrade the speakers a year or two ago. I don't know if they did all of them. I know they had a manlet there sitting one time. And remember they surely had them
Yeah.
big giant speakers there sitting? But I don't know.
Got another comment on there from Robert Acton.
Alan, you did a great job for being told you wasn't going to get 20 cars.
Whoops.
I just read the comments.
Definitely didn't get 20.
No, I was like, I messaged him like, it wasn't even, they wasn't even stopped coming in yet. It was up like past the third or up in the high 20s, and I messaged him. I was like, 28 cars, and I was like, cause that like was, I was like, wow, it amazed me. Cause I mean, you don't know on a Sunday evening, you don't know.
You don't know.
I mean, look how like Tyler Bear, look how far he had to drive.
All right.
There was a couple other people there that had
There
a
was a
good
couple
ride.
guys there from New York that traveled with the ULMS series.
Yeah, that
97 car.
Yeah, that was the car that
Yeah.
won the Furthest Tow Award that Shea Judy sponsored through Turn 5. And yeah, that guy had like a 4.5 hour tow to get home. He was a little further than Tyler Bear.
he wasn't like Will Ralph from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
No, not quite. This guy was legit.
You know, you may be surprised at the people that watched it on TV at home. There may be more than what you think watched it.
There's a story behind that, Brad. I don't know the whole story. I might not even been told the whole truth. But Dave Lost Delco used to go to races with Will Rao, and they went to
Pennsboro.
Thank you. They went to Pennsboro one year, and now I may be telling it wrong, but I'm telling it the funny way.
That's pretty good.
They called Will up for the longest tow award. They had Will Rao from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
They used to give a cash award out of Pennsboro at the Dirt Track World Championship for the longest tow award. And Dave Lost figured out if he just told them Albuquerque, New Mexico, maybe they could win it. And they beat some guy from Texas.
Oh my word!
But I don't think Will accepted it.
No,
he's
down.
like, what the heck? It's like, yeah, Dave went up and signed him in as Will Rao from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh wow!
Pretty good scam.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of them stories that like you just can't never forget.
Leave it to Delco.
Yeah. So Brad, before we get off here, what's some highlights of your career? We wanted to get you on here to talk about your career. We didn't plan on it tonight though, but you did a lot of racing though.
I did. I wouldn't say there was a whole lot of highlights, but
I wouldn't say that.
Highlands,
He won quite
yeah.
a few races. I raced against Brad. He was tough. Ran well.
I remember him racing everything, but we used to park down there. I think when he ran the street stock, he parked
Yeah.
a couple spots up, and remember it was a Ford, and not that anything's wrong with Fords.
A
It's just
good-looking Ford.
back then.
Yeah.
The Fords were a little bit. I'm sure they've come a long way, but back
Didn't
then,
you win a championship down in Winchester, I thought? Yeah, in the
Yeah.
Ford. And then you kind of dominated for a couple years in Leo Nichols' car.
yeah, me and Leo got hooked up there on my second stint. So I raced my own stuff, all the way up until probably, I guess it was 2000 and holiday, 06 is when so I ran from like 98 to 06.
And those
Street
last
stocks.
couple years there, you came to Hagerstown and raced against us a good bit.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had that Cornet Ford.
Yeah, when I moved into Supers, we got hooked up with Rick and Ray Vest and got one of their motors off of them.
wow,
And
Yeah.
and all through my racing, Mark Hoddle used to build all of our Ford engines on our street stocks and our limiteds. And we never ever had engine problems, and so reliability was really important. And because if you blew a motor up, for us, we would be done.
That would hurt you, put you out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I also always believed if you were working on the front of the car, then you never had time to work on the back of the car.
That's exactly right.
So we made a little bit stronger of an investment in the engine department always.
Yeah.
And so when we moved to Supers, Mark, he wouldn't build us an engine. He's like, I'm not comfortable building those types of engines. He didn't have, dyno or anything like that. So I was like, well, there's a guy, not too far away that's kind of dominating in the, on the national circuit. Let's get one of his motors. And I didn't know what a Cornet was, or I didn't know Jack.
Yeah.
But I surely got to know Jack after that. So
Yeah.
we bought that Cornet motor, and we ran Winchester that first year in Supers. And back then there was no thought of putting restrictor plates on engines.
Yeah.
You just had to try to figure it out.
Change a gear.
Yeah, just change the gear and then yell at the driver for being too hard on the throttle
Spin the
smasher.
tires. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're at Winchester, it's kind of tough back then. So anyway,
Good car.
we I liked Hagerstown.
Yeah.
It was tremendous facility, a lot more room.
Yep.
And you could let that Ford stretch its legs
Let
a
her
little
eat.
bit. Let that
Yeah.
Cornet, so we started running over there, and I had no experience there, so I got my feelings hurt for a while, because at that time,
Competition was tough.
yeah, we're talking 2003, or no, 04, 05, and 06, and
Yeah.
on a regular night, there was 36 cars on a regular show,
Probably.
and for the first year, the goal was to make the show.
Yeah.
And then the second year we were, making the shows.
You were gaining on it.
And then,
Yeah.
we're finishing in the top 12. And then by the third year that I ran over there, we could crack the top 10 most nights. Never did get a win over at Hagerstown.
it's a tough place.
It was a tough, it was really, and in particular that time, it was really, really tough.
Yeah.
But I got really lucky, because when I started, racing those types of cars, Crank and Franklin lived. He was a White Post guy. He lived right down the road, actually, where I live right now. And we had some mutual friends and got to know him, and he helped us, get our first set of shocks and springs on our limited car, and we always stayed in touch with him, and he helped us along the way.
That would have been good advice.
Yeah, during that time, yeah.
Yeah, darn right. Rodney Franklin was a smart driver.
Yeah. So that's kind of where it all got started, and then, life got in the way back then and got out of it for a while, and then eventually, got hooked up with Leo.
Yep.
So,
Oh,
He had some good years there with Leo.
yeah, Leo was, he was, you couldn't ask for a better owner. He really just got out of the way. He just said, you all do it. You know more about it than I do. You guys just do it. And fortunately, I got hooked up with Jim Stevens, and
Yep.
that's really when he first
That
started
made things
launching
better
his,
yet. Yeah.
Well, that's when he kind of started his whole Penske thing
Yeah.
on the dirt. He was a road race guy with Penske, and he got into the dirt world, and him and I, we had a lot of success together. And so, Leo was the bankroll for it, if you
Yep.
will. But we had a lot of good help from him. So, yeah. So that's eventually, Leo kind of bought a late model engine, and we tried to go late model racing my last year there, and unfortunately we just had engine problems, and like I said earlier,
That hurts.
it parked us, and that was really the end of it. But I finally, we showed up at Hagerstown for a race, and we won the qualifier that day or that evening, and we sat up on the front row, and I think I was running second, and the motor started laying down and started getting hot, and
Yeah.
I had to shut her down. So, but yeah, we ended up pulling the engine apart, and it ended up having
Wasn't
some issues.
good.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
So we were done. So, and
That's the
we never fired
expensive
back off
fix.
again.
Who's Jim's
Yeah.
car, right?
Yeah, that's when it was.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a lot of people.
That's happened to a lot of
A
people.
lot of
over the
people,
years.
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
too hard to keep up.
Yeah.
And you can buy the best stuff. Sometimes just part failures inside those
Right.
things.
Yeah.
It's
And
hard
there's
on 'em.
nothing really. It's unpredictable. So a little bit of a game of luck, and
If you ever think about that, I think about when I watch some Lucas Oil races and stuff, like what they put them motors through. It's like, I know they change them a lot, but it's like, it's amazing that you can get a motor to run 100 laps at 9,000 RPMs, with
Yeah.
the thing
Being tortured.
RPM
breaking-
up and
breaking
down.
traction,
Yeah.
hooking, breaking, hooking.
It's just
That's-
amazing. Like you watch somebody, like them Vic Hill engines and stuff. Like I watch all his YouTube stuff. It's like, I don't know what kind of guy he is, but by YouTube he acts like he's a really cool guy. Like he can talk to anybody. And it's like I watch what Pierce puts his stuff through, and not just his stuff. But just like it's unbelievable that anybody can build a motor to withstand what they're
The punishment.
doing.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. You wouldn't think anybody's stuff would hold up.
We got another comment here. Robert Acton again. He says, I have been to Lucas Oil Light Bottles and PA Speed Week, and neither of those races where the pits wasn't as packed as the Sagi race.
Yeah, we had a lot of cars.
Yeah, he did.
Just need a few more fans.
71, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Total engine. There's another picture.
Look, he's got all the photos. I remember that car.
Yeah.
I was
He could put a slideshow together for you, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably could.
So, so Alan and I do go way back, and the track was so challenging compared to what I was used to at Hagerstown. I don't know if you remember this, Alan, but Alan was really good over there at that time. He was running those 8 cars. Was you driving for LeBaron, or was it
Yeah, it would
LeBaron?
have been
Yeah.
LeBaron, the Ford.
Yeah, and you're racing. He's a competitor, so you know who's getting around the place good, and he could get around 1 and 2 on that. The angles that you had to take around 1 and 2 was just for me. I just could not figure it out.
Yep.
And I could not figure it out, and Alan was standing down there and won one night. And I said, hell with it. I'm going to go up here and introduce myself. I want to talk to Alan. Of course, Alan talked to me then like he does today. He's the same guy.
He cussed you?
Yeah, he did. But no, I was like, what do I need to do? I was like, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong on the pedals, or on the, my brake adjuster? Like what? And he coached me along there, and I went back to the guys that helped me on the car. I said, you guys can just load everything up. I said, and y'all go, get in the truck and just don't even watch me tonight. I said, because I'm going to figure this place out. I don't care. I said, I'm going to let them go, and then I'm going. And I'm just going to, try to figure out how to get my entry right, getting into this place. And by the end of that race, with what he had, told me I should be trying to do, and, I finally figured out, how to get into turn 1 and 2 at Hagerstown and come off on the bottom.
I never did figure it out.
Yeah. I'm not saying I was as good as he was.
I watch so many people that do it. There's certain people that still do it to this day. They just have a weird entry in, and it's like
It works for them.
it does,
Yeah.
and it works, and they're
They don't need
fast,
their
and they
car.
win races. And I try to duplicate it, and it just don't. It just don't work.
So it helped you a little bit, huh?
It did.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Glad it helped.
It did help. And if you can't figure out how to get off turn 2, and when there's a little traction down there, and your car is always washing out away from it,
You're gonna
you're gonna get picked
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
And
That's where
eventually what I
your
learned to
passes
do
are
is
made.
that's where you can make your passes at Hagerstown.
And make that back straightaway long.
Yeah,
You bet. Yep.
without a doubt.
People don't realize. I know this is getting off topic, but people don't realize how much Hagerstown Speedway depends on corner speed. Like the years, I'm just going by my experience. I'm not trying to, brag or bash or anything like that. It's just like I know when we had an entry and we had corner speed, we was fast and we was winning races. And now I see where we're getting a little better on entry, getting a little better on corner speed. We're struggling on exit. And it's like you could sit there and see the people that is really good through the middle, and they're passing people and they're winning races. And it's like it's amazing that you can sit there and watch it. And like like when you see it, like we're gonna be in for a long night because she ain't going.
And it looks so simple, but it's so hard.
Oh, it's
really hard.
It's a tremendous amount of patience you got to have, because you just want to get on that gas so bad and so hard, because you think it's pointed where it needs to, and you just got to be so patient and wait.
Yeah.
And you think about
easy.
people like Stoller
Yeah.
and Bone Break and Franklin and
Well, Justin
And
Weaver put on a
there's
show
more.
of it there
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
Sunday.
passed
Yeah.
a lot of
He
cars.
passed a lot of cars.
Yeah.
and he's
with that patience.
He's
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
He's one of them that I seen that runs the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the line.
And it's like it's hard to duplicate. But Dave Wilt says that. Who was he talking about earlier? Dave Wilt's hero. What's his name?
Davenport,
No, Dave Wilt.
Dave Wilt's
Gilbert.
No, he was talking about him.
Gilbert's everybody's hero.
When you talking about him, he was talking about him at the autograph signing.
Oh,
Oh,
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain.
Gerald Chamberlain.
Chamberlain.
Yeah.
I
should've
couldn't remember
known.
his name for nothing.
Yeah.
He told me years ago, he said, Gerald Chamberlain took me off the side,
Taught him how to drive Hagerstown.
told me how to drive Hagerstown.
Yeah.
He said, he's the one that made my career at Hagerstown. He said, because he's
Dave
the
will
one that
tell
told
you
me
that.
how to get around there.
Yeah.
It was good,
It's hard to
He
believe
was
that.
very good.
from what I've heard.
But
He
it's
was
hard.
good when
It's
he got
hard to
the
hear
car.
somebody though, and then I've done it. I've watched videos, and I've ran it, and it's like you're never on the track. Like when you're out there, it's like weird. I don't know how you all feel, but I always felt like you're never on the track exactly where you feel like you're on the track. I'm sure Gary Stoller don't say that, but like if you watch other people like videos, and then you go out and try to do it, like you think you're here, but like
Yeah.
when you watch yourself in a video, you're like a different area. It's hard to explain, but it's Hagerstown's very hard to like figure out where to lift, figure out your. That's why it's so important to get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
We got here shortly. Brian Jones coming on.
Hey, Brian. Brian and his staff always did a tremendous job at the race for me every year. Those guys work tireless hours.
Oh, Dylan Pryor says, I say take the Sagi race to Port Royal. They wouldn't complain. Lindgren says, It's not the same.
Take it to Path Valley. John Winslet would get on Facebook and tell them how it's going to be. Did you ever see him? I'm telling you what he did. I admire him as a promoter. I mean, he just there's no filter there. He just tells it like it is.
Brian Jones, he said, "Hey everyone," and he said, "Thank you, Alan Sagi, for all you have done over the years."
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we got some good races this weekend coming up. I wish that our local tracks could work together, but I don't have no say in none of this.
You're not going to make everyone happy, and you're going to have the few that don't appreciate you. You're going to have the few that do appreciate you.
Because Winchester and Hagerstown both have big crate races this weekend, and I hope there's enough cars to go around there. Baps has a race tomorrow night. World Outlaw Sprints is at Baps on Wednesday, and then on Friday and Saturday at Williams Grove with a 12,000 and 20,000 to win. Bedford's got the Gary March Memorial for late models, semi-lates, pure stocks, 4-cylinders.
And that's part of their fair up there, too.
Yeah, part of the fair race.
Yeah. It's always a neat deal for everybody.
Winchester's got the 1,500 to win crate late models, UMP mods, pure stocks, hobby stocks, and vintage cars. Hagerstown has 2,000 to win crate late models, 305 sprints, Crown Vics, and wingless super sportsmen. That's something different for Hagerstown. I think that's their second trip there. Baps is racing Wednesday and Saturday. Saturday they got 358 sprints, super sportsmen's, extreme stocks, Excel and Excel modifieds. So I know there's more races than that. Sillins Grove is late models, limited late models, USAC East Coast sprints, and 305 sprints. And then Path Valley's got a big race this week for the Austin Gelwicks Memorial. Topless limited late models, 270, 600 Thunders, 4-cylinder Thunders, 4-cylinder Strictly Stocks, and East Coast Legends. So there's a lot more going on that. That's just a few I had to write down. Any final thoughts, Gage?
About what?
About anything. About the world. You have a bunch of
How about that bike you won at the race?
yeah, you got a bunch of women come up to you now asking for autographs.
Not yet. But it was Gilbert definitely made it easier on that bike because he got it. Whoever got it signed, they got it signed for me. So I don't have to take it to. Well, I'm going to take it to a racetrack, of course, but
I bet you are. I bet you take it and get it signed at probably
it already is signed.
Eldora or somewhere. I mean, but more drivers probably. I heard you like to run around racetracks and talk to drivers.
I do, but I ain't gonna get different people to sign like a certain driver's bike. Is what I mean.
Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. I forgot it was a JD bike. Yeah, I forgot that. I was thinking like it had a signature on it. You could get more signature on it. Yeah. But thank you, Gage, for coming up. I appreciate your dad bringing you up. Thank you you did an awesome job at the track.
Sure.
I'm very proud of you, and I hope you keep coming back up here with updates on things you're doing. I tell people to check you out on TikTok or one of them things, but I don't even know how to find you. I stumbled on you one day, and I was like, wow, listen to after Gilbert told me about you, and I was like, I don't even know how I found you, but I guess I'm not internet savvy, I guess. But
Alan, you have any final thoughts?
She didn't even let me ask you. Hey, hush up. Men's talking.
No, just thanks for having me on, and urge everyone to get out and support your local speedways. You know, Hagerstown has the crate late models and other divisions this week, and the following week they have the Nathan Durbrow
tribute race will be the final one.
Yeah, and go out and support the track and the Durbrow family, and try to send them off in a good way.
Yeah, they had the Junior Boone, had the Sagi Memorial Race, Frank Sagi tribute race, had the Junior Boone Memorial Race. Now they're going to have the
Nathan Durbrow
race. There was the Jimmy Spence race last month at Winchester. Yeah. That was a good night.
And
speaking of that, and we were talking about Doug Watson earlier. That night, of course, it was the end of the night. They had the pure stock cars, and it was totally unexpected. But there was 8 laps to go, and I found out that I was going to interview the winner of that race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea what to say. I mean, I was just like so out of my mind.
You didn't know what to say?
I didn't know what to
don't think
do.
that's
He didn't
true.
have to get nervous, though, did he?
No, he didn't.
No.
It's completely unexpected. I didn't even know what to say.
So what did you do?
I mean, I said as much
You went
as
down
I
there
could
and got the mic and said, "Hey, how's it going?"
Luckily, I knew the guy on my hat right here. He's the one who won, and I mean, I kind of paused for about 5 to 10 seconds because I didn't know what to say, and I just like ended it there. I was like, I was talking to him. I was like, "What do I say? What do I say? I don't know what to say."
It ain't easy.
No, of course, when you don't have that much time to think of what you're going to say, I was just really confused. I didn't really. I mean, I've like said stuff at interviews with my buddy Zane multiple times, but right off the top of my head, it took me like I didn't have any time to prepare for it. Didn't even know what I was supposed to do.
It's probably better that way. You didn't have time to get nervous.
Yeah,
I can't believe you get nervous. I really can't. I mean, as good as he was Sunday, I don't know. I can't believe he was nervous.
you could tell I was nervous at the beginning. I was like shaking. I was like told him to start off hot laps. I was like, I was taking it all in. I was just.
Glenn Grimm saying thanks, guys. And thank you, Alan. And once again, I know you hear it all the time. You don't realize how much all of us appreciate everything you do for racers and motorsports in general. And I hope there's some way that you can continue to bring your dad's name into some type of thing, even if it's not a event like you're putting on now. Maybe it can be something smaller or some way to honor him, because we all appreciate it. Thank you, Brad, for coming up. We wanted to get more in depth to your career, but your son took most of the time, I think. Look at him.
No, it's good. I'm just appreciate you guys, giving him a little attention for this, and Alan for giving his blessing on his father's evening, the tribute, and obviously Buddy taking him under his wing.
Yep.
And Lisa too for allowing it to happen. For in all of Hagerstown Speedway. So it was a really cool night for him, and of course Gilbert, orchestrating the whole thing, with you working his magic like he did was phenomenal. So a lot of people to thank, and really cool evening for me as a dad, and for him as a young man there to be able to get up on that stage and do something that he loves.
And maybe that's something other tracks can look at too, or Hagerstown can look at, to have maybe once a month or something. I understand everybody's not going to be good at it, but there may be other kids out there that I mean, how many kids you see get the flags and do all the flags like a flag man.
Yeah.
There's probably more children out there that would like to maybe try to be an announcer. I'm not saying give them a whole evening, but maybe have them come up to the booth for one feature of some sort, or a heat race or something, just to kind of get their feet wet.
Buddy might be pumping the brakes on that. He'd be like, "This ain't no daycare up here."
Yeah, we ain't got time for that.
Not good job security for you either.
Right?
He's got a while though. He's got job security for a while.
Yeah,
But
great.
thank you to Buddy Long. I wish he could have came up with us, but we know he lives a couple hours away. Thanks to Gilbert Hess for everything he does, and helping Gage get on the platform there, and Alan, and my beautiful wife. And also I do want to thank everyone here at WRGG, and also TA Word Construction. I took off a month off for my mom. I don't say a whole lot, but she was battling cancer for years, and we had to be with her there the last month. And everybody supported me. I know this is just a hobby, but still, everyone here at WRGG, Todd Ward, they all had my back. Nobody complained. Nobody said anything. My buddy Alan, he was having his race, and he didn't make me, but we put that show on in my garage just to get the Frank Sagi tribute race out, because I wanted to try to do my part, and I was proud to do it. But I just want to thank everybody for their thoughts and prayers. It's a rough thing to go through. I don't wish cancer on anyone or any kind of illness like that. It's very helpless feeling when you see your loved one do that. But I know I'm not the first one. There's a lot of people that have lost their loved ones to that ugly C word. But anyways, I just want to thank everybody. It was something that I had to go through that I wasn't familiar with, and trying to. I don't know what people think, but this show here, I really put it at the top of my priority list, and I struggled trying to make everything work, and I just appreciate everybody, kind of letting me know it's a hobby and let me know family first. Whenever people would say that on there, it would really mean a lot, because it really puts you in perspective that people knew what the deal was. So just want to thank everybody. I didn't want to ramble on, but I wasn't going to say anything, but I felt I needed to thank everybody for all their support, because it really meant a lot. So we're hope to be back. Maybe I'll get a couple of these shows here rescheduled that I had to cancel. I apologize to all them people. We had some really good show. Doug Watson and Travis Truss was supposed to be up here. Some people think it's because we couldn't get the high chair in here for Travis, but that's not the case.
Travis.
That's not the case. But thanks, everybody. Hope you had a good night. Races tomorrow night at BAPS, and a lot of good races this weekend. Thanks to Brad and Alan and Gage and my wife and everybody here at WRGG. Thanks for a good evening, and hope to see you all next Tuesday.